Hi, how are you guys doing? Good to see you, sort of. I hope everyone's doing well and making the most of your staying at home time. I hope you're understanding what we're learning. We're just going a little bit slowly. It will pick up next week, particularly. But right now, I want to take a few minutes to go over the dot plots with you and just talk for you a moment about those. And a couple more things we'll be seeing soon. So sorry I don't have a good screen sharing. I don't know how to do all that yet. But right here is a paper with the weights of dogs at a dog park in pounds. Okay, and we're going to put this data on a dot plot. A couple things you want to notice that there are 16 values altogether, 4 across, 4 vertically. And then we want to look for the high and the low values. The low value is 15 and the high value is 85. We have a dog that's only 15 pounds and an 85-pound dog. So those are the numbers that we're going to use for the endpoints of our dot plot. Here's the dot plot. Oops. And as you can see, 15's down here on the left-hand side, 85 is up here on the right. And then the weights, we had one 15-pound dog, one 85-pound dog. We had a dog who weighed 30 pounds and a couple dogs that weighed 35, some dogs that weighed 40 pounds, 50 pounds. And when you count up all these dots, you should get the number 16 because that's how many dogs we had. That's how many data points we had. Now, once you put it in this dot plot, you're able to see a couple things. You can see your peaks, your gaps, your clusters, and your outliers. Okay? I don't think you've had outliers yet, but that'll be coming along. So the outliers are these points way at the ends here. There aren't any other dog weights down or up here or down here. So we call those numbers outliers. 15 is an outlier and 85 is an outlier. The peak occurred at 50-pound dogs. There were 5 dogs that were 50 pounds. That's our peak. We had a cluster in this range from about 35 to 50. Let's see, can I read that? To 55, 30 to 55. And they clustered. If you said what number's most representative of this, you might say, oh, right about 45. So the cluster was right around 45. We also had a couple gaps. We had a gap here from 60 to 85 and another one down here from 15 to 35. So those were our gaps. You're going to have a puzzle time to work on today. Please go ahead and make the dot plot like you're asked to on the puzzle time, okay? I know some of you are really quick at unscrambling the letters, but try to go through and understand the terminology and how to make a dot plot on your own. Now, we're also going to be going into mean, median, and mode. Those are called measures of central tendency. Don't worry about that lingo right now, but I do want to talk about this data that we had and how you would find the mean or average. And some of you might already know this. To find the average, you add up all the numbers and divide by how many there are. So if we added up all these dog weights, we would come up with 720. There were 16 dogs, so you would divide by 16, and we're going to find that the average weight or mean weight is 45 pounds. Okay? Think about that number a second. Wasn't it interesting, and this is really a coincidence, but the numbers should be close, that when we looked at our cluster, our number was 45, that we kind of said, oh, there's a cluster at 45. That's about where all the dogs weigh. When we calculated the average mathematically, we also came up with 45. We're going to see 45 one more time here, and this is completely a coincidence. It doesn't always go this way. So just kind of have that in the back of your mind. But the other time we see 45 is we find something called the median. And the median is the middle point of all your numbers. Okay, so how do you figure out the middle point? When I look at these, what is in the middle? Do we say, oh, it's right here? No, we have to line the numbers up from least to greatest. So the numbers are written down here from 15, 30, 35, 35, etc. Have all the numbers, and there's 16 of them. Remember, we had 16 dogs. Okay, well, what's half of 16? 8. So we're going to count 8 and put a dividing line right there. Okay, now what do we find when we put that dividing line? Well, to the left of it we find the number 40, and to the right we find the number 50. If we take the middle, the average of 40 and 50, right halfway between them is 45 again. So these are called measures of central tendency. They're kind of telling us about what the average dog weighs for this set. This obviously isn't a group of Chihuahuas or a group of Greyhounds. It's a lot of just average dogs, I guess you could say. Okay, with that, just want to say I hope you guys are doing well. I miss seeing you guys. Whenever you send in a comment, I can hear your voice in my mind and see your faces. I'm thinking about where you sit in class, and well, hopefully we'll all be able to get back together in May. We can't go back to school until I think May 1st would be the soonest, and it would probably really be the 4th since that's a Monday, is my guess. So just keep working on your classes. Check in every day on Schoology or Google Classroom, whatever your teachers are using. Check Infinite Campus. And when you get done with your schoolwork, help around the house a little bit if you can. And just try to make the most of this kind of early summer in a way. Summer with school. Okay, hope you guys are having a good day. Bye-bye.